Hey everybody, this is Josh, and we're here at MLG Dallas Day 3. The games are starting to wrap up now. There's only a few more BO3s left in the entire tournament. I think we're narrowed down to something like only 4 or 5 or 6 players. It's getting down there. And Gretorp is here with me from Fnatic MSI. His teammate TT1's still in there beating the crap out of a bunch of Zerg players most recently. So let's talk a little bit about yourself. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello everybody, my name's Andre, aka Gretorp, Terran player, StarCraft 2, originally StarCraft 1, and just here at Dallas, I was trying to smash some noobs, but got smashed.
Yeah. And he says he got smashed, and we all know he's a very good player, of course. He did attend MLG Raleigh and MLG DC before this, so you were here for basically MLG's entire season. How do you think MLG did just as an organization from a player standpoint?
I mean, for the most part, it was pretty well run. I really like they have a lot of referees and everything, and they've just done a very, very good job making sure that the tournament flow has been good. So I really like that. Some of the rules are kind of iffy. Some I wish were enforced more. They're a little strict on just watching stuff if you're a player, whatever. But it's very minor. I think in general, I would give them like a 9 out of 10. They've done such a great job.
Okay. And so are you looking forward to 2011? They've made some promises about, even bigger and better. Like even here at Dallas, we've got our own sort of section here away from all the Halo noise and the, fighting games and stuff like that. So are you excited for what MLG has in store for next year?
Yeah, I think they weren't expecting StarCraft 2 to be so big. I mean, really, if you look around, it's all console games, and they're just penetrating the PC market, and they weren't expecting this, I don't think, and especially with the StarCraft community being so tight, they weren't expecting the crowd. Now that they realized the crowd, we can see the first time we had like 1 bleacher, then we went like 3 bleachers, and now we have like 10 bleachers. So they're slowly pushing us up, and I think hopefully 2011 it'll be like really huge. They're gonna start building for capacity, and I'm looking forward to it.
Right. And of course we're looking forward to seeing you there as well as your teammates. We mentioned TT1 already, but Sen flew out here from Taiwan just to play in this event, so that's pretty exciting. He also played at BlizzCon. Do you know if he stayed the whole time or in the US?
No, he didn't.
Well, either way, next season, you guys have a very strong roster. You even have a couple of guys who are, seasonal, who are on the StarCraft 2 roster but didn't show up. Is Lucifron still a Fnatic member? And JF?
JF is off right now because of school.
Okay.
But when he comes back, he'll be
all right.
It's JF.
Well, hopefully in 2011 we'll get to see everybody in one event. Team Liquid was fortunate enough to be able to get all their guys here, and Evil Geniuses the same. So Fnatic, unfortunately, Kawhi Rice couldn't make it out, and those other guys that we just mentioned, I'd love to see them start playing in these live events as well. But let's talk a little bit more about you. Obviously, this was a very big tournament. Evil Geniuses, Liquid, Fnatic, and Root all brought their A games, basically. This was the most competitive field we've seen, I want to say ever, because it's a 128-person tournament. Even the GSL gets narrowed down to 64 right away. So let's comment on just the strength of the field and what you were expecting going into the tournament.
Well, literally, you look to your left, you look to your right, and there was some player that you've known or you've seen play or they've done well before. It was unbelievable. Even, you mentioned the bigger names, but there are some emerging teams that are coming up. I know VT Gaming's starting to be much, much more serious. Also, NRG came. And there are other teams that have come. But, literally, the first day I met up with Z-Pucks, we started training on ladder together. It was just ridiculous. There are so many good players here. It's overwhelming, really.
Yeah.
It's I want to, introduce myself to everybody, and it's just I can't keep track of everybody and everyone. But yeah, the caliber of play in this tournament has been unbelievable. Unreal games have gone down.
So coming in, knowing that the field is going to be so awesome, what sort of expectations did you have for yourself?
Of course, I always see myself as very, I'm pretty strong with my play. I'm a very theoretical player. I'm more of a simple chess type style, and I'm starting to realize that in StarCraft 2 that's not going to work out so much.
Not every time.
No, not every time. but it's been giving me good results. I think I need to switch up my style a little bit. But I thought coming into this with my style, I was going to do fine. Again, I did worse than I wanted to. You know, I got knocked out pretty early. Well, not early, but knocked out way earlier than I wanted to. But I was definitely expecting for me to do much better because I trained really hard for this.
Okay. Are you surprised at all by the results of your teammates? That meaning that Sen sort of didn't make it quite as far as he had been hyped up to be, and TT1 perhaps exceeding expectations?
Well, okay, I said this in a previous interview that the skill difference between all the top players, and because the game's so raw, anybody can take a best of 3 series off of anybody. And, you know, this MLG Dallas, you see the best players coming here. Idra, Rhett, everybody coming, right? And, you know, they're getting beat. You know, they're getting eliminated. And it just shows you, like, the skill differentiation. I mean, a lot of people say Idra is one of the best Zergs in the world, right? You know, there's...
Look at Machine and TLO.
Exactly, exactly. And then that's just how it works out, you know? I'm not really surprised. I said TT1 was gonna win it. I think just because I've talked to him and his mind right now, I don't want to release it, like, because it's, well, I'll just talk about it
later. So
yeah. Right now, everybody's talking about build orders. Like, that's what everybody's talking about, build orders and how to enter into mid game. He already has build order. We're already going over mid game strategy and timings, and it's pretty astounding. Like, his PVZ is flawless. Yeah. You know, so I was really expecting him to win this. He's without a doubt, I would say, the best Protoss, if not one of the best players in North America right now.
Awesome. Well, okay, so we talked about TT1 there. Sen in particular actually got knocked into the lower bracket by TT1. And that's always a consequence of bringing so many good players. When you get in these later rounds of the tournaments, there's a lot of team killing going on. Do you want to comment on that series or that situation at all?
I didn't get to look at it too much, but I talked to Sen about it and guesstimated his style. Right now, ZVP, because there's this one timing push with a fast expansion, 2 gas, and you just mass gateway with a +1 or a +1/+1. And that build is really freaking strong, really strong. And I think right now Zergs are just having a really tough time dealing with that, you know. And I think I know how to counter it as Zerg, but it's really tough, you know. It's an all-in counter, not an all-in counter, but it's tough. But I know those games, and me and Sen were just talking about it, and you know, sentries are very, very strong.
Especially against Zergs.
Yeah,
they don't have that much crowd control.
Exactly. So what I was saying is, I'm patenting this, by the way.
Go for it.
Double Roach build. All right, you get 2 Roaches dens, and you upgrade both of them at the same time, right? Because they only have 2 gas, they can't get the Robo. You pop those suckers up, kill all the sentries, move back, get more Zerglings, go.
We'll see. We'll see how that works out. So let's say, if you are still in the tournament, I don't know if this has happened yet where you've had to play a member of Fnatic in one of these MLGs, but if you were in the round of 8 or something like that and you came up against TT1, what sort of feelings aside from, like, you know, I'm going to win, like, is there anything else going on when you face a teammate?
Yeah, I mean, see, here's the thing. Me and TT1 know each other's styles extremely well. So we're probably not going to be doing anything that we practice.
Total free-for-all.
Correct. That's the biggest thing. So it's like last time we played, he won 2-1, but literally every single game, we've never done those builds before. Like game 1, I went mass Banshee Viking. Just straight up. Thor into Banshee Viking. And I just demolished him. You know, and game 2, game 3, it was all different. So really, like, it's tricky when you play against people that, you know your style, because it really takes a lot into account.
Yeah. And I mean, TLO and Huck, I got to hang out with them last night. They knew coming into day 3 they were going to have to face each other, and they're both like, I don't know, I'll 6-pool him. Like, I really just, I don't know, because we've played a lot, we know each other down, you know, backwards and forwards. So, all right, well, unless there's anything else you want to talk about, I know you do a lot of stuff outside of MLG. You're in tournaments, and you've got, I know you had your Gretorp YouTube videos. So are you still doing anything like that? Is there anything that the viewers on YouTube should know about from you?
Well, you know, I haven't been streaming because of MLG Dallas. Now that MLG Dallas is done, I'm going to be streaming a lot more. I was waiting until MLG Dallas also to release another episode. So as soon as I go home, I'm probably going to do a huge, hopefully like an hour, 2-hour video or something. Okay. Just explaining all my TVP and my TVZ. Because there's huge metagame shifts, or even early game shifts and metagame shifts in both of those. Okay. And I need to address that. And I think the scene right now is lacking in just
tutorial instruction.
Not that. Just like they're behind.
Okay.
In what they should be, the unit composition, all of that jazz. So hopefully I can get into that. Just tell everybody my styles, and we'll go from there. You know.
All right. And what is that channel?
Gretorp.blip.tv is where my on-demand stuff, and I'm on owned.com/live/217. Yeah, owned. I got to talk to them about that.
Okay, well, I'll put the URLs in the description. Yeah. Gretorp.blip.tv for those. All right, well, let's thank your Fnatic guys and the fans real quick, and we'll wrap this sucker up.
Yeah. Well, huge thanks to the Fnatic boys out there. They really helped me out with training a lot. And of course my sponsors, MSI, Bigfoot, Steel Series, U-Game, and Slappa. They really support us a lot. I really appreciate that. So thanks to everyone. Josh, thank you.
Thanks for the interview.
Let's hug it out.
Yay, go TT1.